Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So first off today, I have a little plant update. These are my succulents. They're all doing fine. The little baby's getting bigger. Air plant is doing great. This one's a little dry looking, but you know, surviving. Also, two very exciting things that have happened. Number one, I hit 50 subscribers, which I realize is not a crazy ton, but that's a lot for me and I think it's a super fun milestone. And second, it's been 1 full year since I posted my very first video on YouTube. So both of those I think are super cool and they happened within like a couple weeks of each other. So that's super fun. So thank you guys for watching my videos, for subscribing. It really means a lot to me and I hope you enjoy it as well. But my coffee trees are struggling. And they're kind of dramatic plants. They get really droopy and wilty and sad looking right before I water them. And I only water them like once or twice a week. I try not to overwater them because that's not good. But I'm used to them getting kind of droopy before you water them, or before I water them, and then perking back up and looking fine after I water them. And then there for a while, they kept looking really pale and like the leaves were like a light green and then they were kind of yellowish. It was really weird. So I thought that was probably like a nutrient deficiency or something. So I got a fertilizer, which I use every once in a while, and that seemed to help. But now they seem to be struggling again. I might try some more fertilizer. Maybe that will help. But like one of them I'm pretty sure is already dead. But I don't know what to do. I'm really sad because I like having coffee trees, but they just keep getting sick and I don't know what's wrong with them. So I'll show them to you guys. See, like this is kind of what they looked like before I got the fertilizer, so that makes me think maybe there is some more nutrient deficiency going on. I don't know. This one is probably the best looking one. Like it's a little, can you guys even see that? Move it over here. It's a little like brown on some of the leaves, but for the most part, it needs water. That's why it's droopy like that. But for the most part, it's pretty healthy looking. And then this one you can see it's kind of yellow and turning brown. Like that's, you know, the color it should be. Why are my hands shaking so much? Wow. But like that on top is the color it should be. Not that. This one, I'm pretty sure it's already dead. It was, those little leaves at the very top were green for a while. That's why I left it, but I'm pretty sure it's just all dead now. But then there's like this one. And it like, it's all dry and I don't know. No, I haven't had this happen before. It's dry. Oh goodness. Okay, that's black up there. I don't know what's wrong with it. Like this one doesn't look very good. This one's probably gone as well. But like none of them have done this before. The other ones, like the yellowish color, or like even the brownish, that's happened before. Like I know a few things to try and help that. But this, what is this? Has it been getting too much sunlight? Is it, I don't know. And then the other two just look about like this one's a little bit pale, but pretty good for the most part. And then this one also looks fairly healthy. So, oh, and there's my orchids as well. If any of you guys know anything about coffee trees or plants that might help me, please leave a comment down below or hop over to my Instagram and DM me over there and help a girl out, because I don't want to be a bad plant parent and let all of my plants die, but also I don't know what's wrong with them. So I don't know how to fix it. But anyways, that is not at all related to the video that I'm filming today. So it is, I'm gonna put you guys on the table. It is that point in the semester where I just feel very behind. And that's happened the last couple of semesters, but this semester especially is my hardest one. And I think it will be my toughest one out of, you know, all of my semesters, because this is when my junior level and sophomore level classes overlap the most because I changed my major. So there's a lot of like tricky, weird, you know, taking a class at the same time as the prerequisite, all of that kind of stuff going on. And so that means I have a lot to do and a lot of homework and a lot of studying and a lot of things like that. So I don't have a ton of time to cook. And that makes me sad because making dinner is like my favorite part of the day and I just enjoy it. And I just honestly don't have a ton of time for that right now. So I found this lady on YouTube. Her YouTube channel is Feeling Fabulous with Kayla, I believe is the name. I'll link that down in the description below. But she has like meal prep, meal planning videos. She has things that you can like buy a subscription to or whatever. But one of her videos was just easy and healthy. It was actually a weight loss thing, but easy and healthy meal prep ideas. So I thought it would be worth a shot. I enjoy making dinner. That's like something I look forward to every day, but I just sometimes don't have the time for it. And so then I end up just eating cereal or, you know, something like that. And that's not a healthy thing to do. So I'm gonna try one of the meal prep recipes from Kayla and see if maybe that helps me eat real food for meals without having to worry about finding time to actually make the food. So that's what you guys are gonna join me in today, is making that meal prep. I've done a little bit of meal prep in the past as far as like making a meal and saving leftovers, but this is gonna be actually making a meal and like splitting it into, I think, 5 different portions, and then I can eat those portions for like lunches or dinners throughout the week. So there we go. The recipe I'm gonna be making is a chicken fajita pasta salad. My mom has actually made this recipe because I sent her a link to one of Kayla's videos. I was like, hey, this is super cool, you should watch this. And then she went and looked at the recipes, and so she's actually made this and said it was really good. So I think that's a good place to start. I'm gonna move you guys over here. Hopefully you can see all of the meal prep work going on here. All right, let me get my ingredients. My first ingredient is pasta, because it's a pasta salad. And she suggests using chickpea or cassava flour pasta, just to keep it gluten-free. I couldn't find cassava flour, but there was chickpea flour, so I'm using chickpea pasta. Okay, so I'm gonna start out with 5 cups of water into, you can't see that. This camera angle, I'm struggling with it today. You still can't, it's fine. There's a saucepan here. So I'm gonna put 5 cups of water into the saucepan. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of salt in there and turn that on and bring it to a boil. And while I'm waiting for my water to boil, I'm gonna make some fajita seasoning to go onto my chicken. For my fajita seasoning, it's gonna be 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1.5 teaspoons of paprika, a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of onion powder, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, but I'm gonna probably do a little bit less than 1/4 because I don't want it to be too spicy. The recipe actually calls for chili powder, which I don't have, but I'm just gonna add in a little bit of black pepper. I don't know if that will be a good substitute, but that's what we're going with. And then I'm just gonna mix all of that together. Okay, next I'm gonna get started on the dressing that's gonna go with the pasta salad. So I'm gonna start with half a cup of olive oil. Wow, I had the perfect amount. I have exactly half a cup. And then it calls for 2 to 4 tablespoons of fresh lime juice, but I don't have lime juice, so I'm gonna be using lemon juice. So I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Okay, next is apple cider vinegar. So I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon. And then it says 2 minced garlic cloves, but I have the like already minced kind, so it's gonna be about 2 teaspoons, not tablespoons. Don't mind me, I'm just making a mess and throwing things. Now I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of honey, and then a little bit of salt. I'm just gonna mix all of that together. I'm just gonna set this aside along with my fajita seasoning. These will both come into play later. All right, now I'm gonna start on my chicken and veggies part. So I've got some more olive oil, and I'm gonna put just a couple of tablespoons. I'm gonna use this really massive skillet because our other ones are just kind of small and I don't know that everything would fit, and I definitely don't want to overflow my pan. So I'm gonna put like 2 or 3, sorry, this, I don't know if you guys can see all the steam here. I should have put the boiling water on one of the back burners and not the front ones, but now it's just gonna be adding a nice aura to the video. It's a filter. Anyways, a couple of tablespoons of oil into this saucepan. And then I'm gonna add some bell peppers. So I have 1 red, 1 orange, and 1 yellow. I've already chopped these up and they've been in the freezer. And then I'm supposed to add, well, half of an onion, but I already have mine chopped up and frozen. So that's gonna be like a third of a cup. But it's kind of frozen solid. So I don't know what to do with this big brick of onion. Normally I keep them in freezer bags, but I ran out when I chopped this one up. So, okay, I chipped some off. So I'm gonna add a third of a cup of diced onion. All right, now I'm gonna turn the heat on, just kind of medium, low, let that heat up and just let them all soften and thaw and all of that. My water is boiling, so I'm gonna go ahead and add my pasta and let that simmer for about 5 minutes, because that's what the box says. I love all the colors from these bell peppers. I'm not a huge bell pepper fan. I don't mind them when they're like mixed in with a bunch of other stuff, but I do love all the colors from them. While both of those are going, I'm gonna get started on the chicken, which it's supposed to be just chicken breasts, but they were actually out when I went to the grocery store. So I just got some chicken breast tenderloins, which I believe are just chicken breasts cut into smaller slices. So I'm just gonna chop these up into like little 1-inch cubes. Okay, these little tenderloins are actually perfect because they're so skinny that I don't have to like slice it that way. I can just chop it into cubes with the width that it already is. So pro tip. My pasta should be almost done, so I'm gonna try some of it to see if it is al dente. That's actually pretty good. Wow. All right, so I'm gonna turn that off and wash my hands, get the chicken off, and then I'm gonna strain these to get all the water out. Now I'm gonna put these back into the pot and just set them aside and let them cool while I make the rest of the things. I've got all of my chicken pieces into this bowl, so now I'm gonna add half of my fajita seasoning and mix that into the little chicken chunks. Now that that's all seasoned, I'm just going to add this into my pepper mixture. I believe this method of meal prep, of cooking, is also called freezer cooking, because you can make all of your portions and then freeze some of them and keep them for later, and then whenever you want to eat them, you just bring them into the refrigerator or to room temperature and let them thaw. And now I'm going to cover this. I'll leave it a little bit crooked so that the steam can still get out a little bit, and I'm just going to let that cook until my chicken is fully cooked. All right, I think my chicken is about fully cooked, so I'm going to add in the rest of my fajita seasoning and mix that all in. And I'm going to turn the heat off and let that cool, and then I'm going to take 1 cup of cherry tomatoes and cut those into quarters. All right, so I have all of my individual parts here. So I have my mixing bowl, which I did wash after having raw chicken in it. Don't worry, I'm not cross-contaminating. I've taken too many food handlers courses for that, but I'm just going to basically put my noodles and my chicken and my chopped up tomatoes into this bowl and mix it all together. Oh, and my dressing. Forgot about the dressing. So I'm just gonna put all 4 of those into this bowl. Before I do that, I'm gonna drain out some of the liquid from the chicken because there is quite a bit of juiciness in there, and I don't want all of that in with my pasta salad. And then my tomatoes and the dressing. And now I'm just going to mix all of that together. All right, wow, this actually looks so good. Look at all the color in there from the peppers. I'm gonna try some before I finish up here. I need to get some noodles and some chicken, get all that goodness. Wow. That is really good. That has so much flavor from all of those spices, and then the fresh tomatoes and the sauteed peppers and the onions and all of those flavors coming together. That's really good. Wow. I like that fajita seasoning. I might have to make that again. All right, well, I don't need to eat any more of this now because it's not mealtime. It's only like 3:50. But I'm gonna go ahead and portion it out. In Kayla's video and in her recipe and everything, she uses like the nice fancy glass, kind of like glass Tupperware meal prep containers. I do not have those because I'm on a college student budget, so I'm gonna be using just some Ziploc bags. It serves the same purpose. It may not look as cute or stack as nice and neatly, but it serves the same purpose. So I'm just going to divide all of this between 5 Ziploc baggies, and that will be 5 meals already made for me. And then just zip them all up. And there you have 5 individually portioned meals, and you can use these for a week's worth of lunches. You could do lunches and dinners. I probably will do lunches and dinners. Yeah, so anytime I'm ready to eat, I'll just grab one of these, and I could probably eat these cold. I would think they would be good cold or hot. So I can either eat them straight out of the fridge or I can microwave them depending on what I'm feeling that day. But that was super easy and kind of fun. And I have a whole bunch of meals out of it. So make sure that you go and check out Kayla's YouTube channel. I will link that down in the description below. And from there you can find her website and her recipes. She's got a ton of different kinds of recipes and meal plans. And I've kind of had fun exploring all of the things that she has a little bit. So definitely go and check her stuff out. I'm excited for all of this yummy food that I get to eat. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, all the things, and I will see you guys next week. Bye guys.